In today's video, we're going to be looking at every single LEGO Star Wars battle pack that has ever been made and ranking them from worst all the way to first. Now in the last spot here, we have the Tatooine battle pack at 97 pieces. This thing is just terrible. I don't know who wants to army build Jawas and this red astromech, but this just isn't good. Now I will say the side build is pretty cool, but this is just the worst battle pack by far. But moving on here, the second worst battle pack of all time is this thing right here, the Jedi and Clone Troopers battle pack. The build is just atrocious, it looks terrible, and frankly, what do you do with 2 Bear Safis or 2 Ki-Adi-Mundis? You can't army build this. I will say the hood and the cape piece for Bear Safi is pretty cool, and the only reason it's not the worst is the 2 Clone Troopers. Moving on to number 38, we have the First Order Specialist battle pack. Now I will say, this is not by any means a bad battle pack, it is just not the best. I don't love it, but I also don't hate it. Looking at it, it's not terrible. The build obviously leaves more to be desired, but it is a battle pack. This minifigure right here, it looks cool. It looks great. Now, the only problem I have with this set are these minifigures. This one, and more especially this one, they just do not belong. If LEGO had just not put in one of those officer troopers and put in another one of these black and white First Order troopers, that would have made this set a lot better. Moving on here, we have the Imperial Patrol Battle Pack. This build is one of the better ones in a battle pack, and I do like the Imperial troopers, but getting 2 officers just never sits right with me. So that's why I have to put this so far down. Not a bad battle pack, but once again, just not a good one. But moving on here, we have the Bounty Hunter Battle Pack at number 36. Now, this is not a bad battle pack at all. I do like the speeder. I like all the little details that are included in this set. But here's the problem. We look at the minifigure selection, 4 named characters. You just can't have that in a battle pack. I really do like this set as a set, but I do not like it as a battle pack, which is why it's so far down. At 35 here, we have the Snowtrooper Battle Pack. This is just another one where I think you should get 4 Snowtroopers because that's what the set is about. But you get these 2 other minifigures, which just doesn't make it a good battle pack and doesn't make it army buildable. You remove the officer, add another Snowtrooper, it's fine. Now moving on to number 34, this is similar to the last one, except I guess even worse. But I do like the minifigure selection overall. You don't get even 1 duplicate of a minifigure, which makes this set very hard to army build, but I will say you get some really cool 4 unique minifigures. Now, making this list is really hard because, well, most of these LEGO Star Wars battle packs are actually very good, and it's hard calling them bad when they're really not. But for this one, it's just going to be the build. The build just looks terrible. I don't know what that's supposed to be. If someone knows, please tell me because I really don't know. It just looks like LEGO designers let a little kid design it, which is why this set is so far down the list. From this point forward, none of these battle packs are really even bad anymore. It's just that some battle packs are better than the others. This one comes with 5 Assassin droids and a little speeder. There's nothing wrong with this. I love this as a set, but other battle packs are just cooler. You do get 5 of these minifigures, but really they're Assassin droids. There's just not much to do with them, which is why it's down here. At 31, we have the Resistance Trooper Battle Pack. This is another one that I think is a pretty good set. I like the build with the little E-Web blaster on the back of the speeder. I think it looks pretty cool for a battle pack and is one of the better builds. Now, for this set, what really makes this kind of special are those dual molded helmets. The rest of the minifigure is pretty bland and not really very cool, but the dual molded helmets is very nice. Now at 30 here, we have the First Order Transport Speeder. There's a lot to like about this set. The batons for the First Order Troopers, along with those custom shields, are really, really cool. But the minifigure officer thing, that shouldn't be here. And the build is just really, really shabby and does not look good in any way or form, which is why it's so far down. But overall, not a bad battle pack. Now, next up here, we have the Republic Troopers vs. Sith Troopers Battle Pack. There is nothing wrong with this. This is what a good battle pack should look like. But the reason I'm going to have to put it so far down is just because it is the Old Republic. The Old Republic, frankly, just doesn't matter to the grand scheme of Star Wars and the majority of Star Wars fans. And that's why this battle pack just really isn't that special and is ranked so low. Putting this set here feels like treason to the Republic, but we have the Geonosis Troopers Battle Pack. Now, there is nothing wrong with this at all. The troopers look absolutely amazing, but they don't exist. These troopers are not canon. They just aren't real, never were, which is why I'm going to have to put this so low, just because they don't exist. But at 27 here, we have the Sith Trooper Battle Pack, and I'm going to be honest, the minifigures are cool. They come with jetpacks. The build is not bad. This is not a terrible battle pack in any form or way, but I'm eliminating it because it's from the sequels. Terrible movie. So we're just going to have to get rid of them. I'm sorry, my Sith Troopers. You're just not going to cut it. But at 26 here, we have the Inferno Squad Battle Pack. The minifigures in this set look really, really cool. I like the Inferno Squad, but honestly, you just can't really army build these. I don't know what you're going to do with, like, 20 of these TIE Pilot-looking things. The build is also really cool. I like the Battle Pack, but you just can't really army build them. At 25 here, we have the Rebel Trooper Battle Pack. I don't like getting rid of this because I think it's a very solid set. You get a cool little mini speeder along with the side build with the blaster on it. The helmet pieces are really, really cool in the set. You get 2 of those dual molded cap things that just look amazing. The troopers all have great printing on them, so good battle pack, but just not as good as the ones coming up. Now, this is another battle pack I'm going to have to eliminate just because it's the sequels. There's nothing wrong with these. The minifigures look great, and I honestly like the addition of just a regular First Order Stormtrooper in this. I think this is a good battle pack, but it's the sequels. I don't want to have these in my sight because of the horror. Now, tied for 23 and 22, we have the Death Star and the Shadow Trooper battle packs. Both of these are pretty identical. Now, I just can't pick which one I like better. The Shadow Trooper battle pack just looks absolutely amazing. Those minifigures look great, but they just don't exist. And then the Death Star Troopers, I love the Royal Guard, but those 2 Death Star Troopers I think don't make it good. But then the build makes up for it, so we got a toss-up. It's a tie. But at 21 here, as much as I hate to do it, we're going to have to put in the Mandalorian Battle Pack. This thing is amazing. You get 4 cape pieces, 4 really, really cool printed Mandalorians, but you just can't army build them. This is the only set with this many unique minifigures that made it this high. Because, well, it's an amazing set, but not a good battle pack. Now, as much as I hate to do it again here with this set, we get 2 plain clone troopers, 1 yellow and 1 shock trooper. There's nothing wrong with this. It just makes army building a little harder because they're not all the same. But nothing wrong. I love this set and I hate to eliminate it. With that being said, that is the end of part 1 of this series. In the next part, we're going to be looking at the best 20 LEGO Star Wars battle packs that have ever been made. So make sure to subscribe and like.